If you've looked into any NFL media recently, you most likely heard about Antonio Brown's incident. If not, I'll give a quick summary of it for you. Basically, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Antonio Brown, took off his pads, jersey, and undershirt on the sideline in the middle of a game against the New York Jets, threw them off, and then stormed off the field trying to get the crowd excited and make as big of a show as he possibly could. Now, I'm a Bucs fan, so this did really surprise me, especially because he seemed to have such a good relationship with Antonio Brown or Tom Brady and the rest of his teammates. But overall, I can't be that surprised because he has done things like this in the past, and it was just bound to happen that his CTE would resurface and he'd do something like this again. Now, as much as I wanted him to succeed, I do think that this is going to be for the better going into the playoffs, because we do not need distractions in the playoffs. No team needs distractions in the playoffs, and he was certainly a ticking time bomb just for that. So it is probably better, but he is also a huge part of the team. We saw it in our matchup against Carolina a couple weeks ago, where he was targeted 15 times, which shows just the volume that he has on his back. But hopefully we can kind of transfer that to Mike Evans as much as possible. Without Chris Godwin, though, this really, really hurts. And I can't believe that he didn't really think of that, which I guess I should believe it. But it really, really is frustrating as a Bucs fan, because now we're without him and we're without Chris Godwin. After the game, Bruce Arians officially confirmed that he was no longer a part of the team, which in the situation that Bruce Arians was in, that was certainly the correct move, because you can't have a player like that just on the team, because he's causing too many distractions, especially after this fake card incident that he had a couple months back. It's certainly going to be, he's not going to have an NFL spot moving forward, in my opinion. There's just no teams, especially playoff teams, that would want to take a chance on him. The only situation I could see him possibly getting NFL snaps again is maybe with a team that's not in playoff contention, just to see how it goes. But he's clearly shown that even with all the tools around him in the perfect circumstance, he's not going to be able to behave properly. No NFL player seems to have the problems that he's having. He certainly has some issues, because that just is not something normal, where you take off your pads and like make a huge show and run off the field. It really hurts us, it hurts the team, and it really has hurt him, because all of us, I'm involved in a lot of with a lot of Bucs fans, so we talk about this kind of thing. And we were all very pro Antonio Brown. He was a great player. He seemed to mostly have his act together, with a few things like the fake card incident. But this was kind of the final straw for not only the Bucs but also the fans, because now the fans have basically no support for him. A lot of people are just bashing him, calling him a clown, whatever. But yeah, he definitely does not have a home in the NFL again, in my opinion. I think that's for the better, though, because he clearly is not going to be able to hold a roster spot. After that incident with the Raiders, and then he had only 1 week with the Patriots, he clearly has some issues going on, and he needs to be evaluated for those, because he's not sane. He's kind of acting like a child on the field, which is something that you really cannot have as of a team, especially going into the playoffs. We need zero distractions. The players, the coaches should not have to deal with that. It's better that he's gone, probably, but it really, really hurts, because he's super talented. He's an amazing player, and our offense reflected that. We constantly were going to him. He was a huge third down target, especially. Always had super reliable hands. But hopefully he can get his act together in the coming years. I really hope that he does succeed. I just hope that he can find a home in the NFL. I don't think it's going to happen. But I hope that home is also not with us. And I know it won't be, but we need to move on from him. He needs to be completely out of our minds going into the playoffs. We've got 2 weeks to prepare. We got to get ready. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. I've been incredibly busy. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.